Now Christina Miller coming out here. Nickname Dirty Southpaw. She's coming out at 45 years of age, 5'9", official weight 150.6 pounds, fighting out of Mansfield, Ohio. That from my state there, I'm from Ohio. She's from Fostoria, Ohio. Training facilities, Title Boxing, North Columbia. Her coach's name is Chad Blevins and Alex Harper. Her corners are going to be Skylar Neatherly and Zach Utterbeck. She's got 9 years of experience. She's 2-1 in this sport. She's a southpaw, obviously from her nickname there. Some interesting facts about her. Her boxing coach and personal trainer just getting started competing at age 45 years of age, and she just lost 95 pounds. That is motivation for anyone out there looking to make that for her themselves as well. And she's coming in with black shorts trimmed in yellow. Now walking out is Brianna Walker. I believe I commentated her last fight against Cassie Pope, our ring girl, if I'm not mistaken, a couple fights ago. Her nickname is Goldilocks. Her age is 28, and she is 5'5", 145 pounds. Officially, she came in at 143, excuse me. She's fighting out of Richmond, Indiana, out of Bootcamp Boxing. Her coach, again, like everybody else at Bootcamp Boxing, is Gus Duty. And she's got a year of training experience. And again, she's only got one fight, and that was with Cassie Pope. It was a good fight all the way thinking through. They went to a decision. It was a good fight. Now, an interesting fact about her, she's in Roadrunner MC. Brianna making her way into the cage, wearing gold shorts. Myron brings him in to check him in. And here we go for round one of our ladies' fight. Here, Christina, she's trying to track down Bree. Ooh, lands a good left. Ooh, Bree coming in with a good body shot there. Oop. A little bit of boxing going on. Ooh. Well, Miller looking for some hands. Bree comes in with multiple hits. Here we go, both of them finding their distance.
This has been a while since I've had a headset on. This feels kind of good.
Yeah, it's good to have you here.
Hey, man, I'm excited. 2 female athletes. Fierce Fight Series hasn't had this in a while. Brianna Walker was one of the last ones, but this is pretty awesome.
So I got to commentate her last fight there with Cassie Pope, our ring girl.
Yeah, that's right. Devin Jackson, the honorary ring card guy for this match. That was pretty awesome.
Yes, it was. There they go. Both these going at it. Oh! We got a little bit of a grappling match that just happened for a second.
She hit her while she was down. Myron's not going to allow that.
Not at all.
Kickboxing. You definitely, boxing, kickboxing, anything like that. You can't hit your opponent while they're on the ground.
No, sir. Bree was working the angle on that one. Had Miller a little confused for a second, but now they're both centering back in the middle.
Good head movement for Brianna.
Yep. Christina trying to throw some combos, but like you said, Bree moving her head. Yeah, both keeping a pretty decent guard up. Bree trying to use them feet to work her way around.
A lot of movement around in this.
You got a cage this size, you got to use that movement. Ooh, Bree coming in with the combos. Oh, good finish to the round there.
And I'll tell you what I like about the movement also is they're not moving around running either. They're moving around, they're circling around, but they're still using the distance and the space that they've got to make sure that they can still come in and compete with each other. They're not running from each other at all. They're bringing the combat, they're bringing it smacking the other person in the mouth. They're coming at each other. I love this.
Using them angles to trap each other in the cage, but then also using the angles to get out of the cage.
Absolutely. Hey, while we're in the middle of the round here, you had talked to me a little bit about this before the show here. Can you tell me a little bit about your bare knuckle fight coming up?
So I have a bare knuckle fight March 29th in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It just got officially announced. I'm known for a few weeks, but the way it works, you're not allowed to say anything until they officially announce it. I'll be going out to Albuquerque on the 27th is when they fly me out. It should be a good fight. Fighting against Mark Ettenberg. He's got one fight in BKFC. Then I'm going to show up, and we're going to have a good show.
That's awesome. Hey, I'm excited for you, man. I haven't known you very long, but I can tell you're ready to go. This is awesome.
Absolutely. I got my salad I was eating right before this, you know. Round 2, here we go.
There's a lot of talking in the ring, especially from Christina Miller coming all the way from Mansfield, Ohio. It's about a 3.5-hour drive. She drove that in this morning, and she's going to stay in Cincinnati tonight. She's got to work tomorrow morning.
Wow. I mean, that's amazing. I understand that feeling as I'm a 40-year-old fighter still, and I got 4 kids and my wife, so I go from working to training and right back to it again. Ooh, Christina's setting some things up, body coming up. Is Bree going to work her way out with some punches and catch an angle? No, they're just going at it.
They're just slugging back and forth. Got to readjust the headgear there, but
it looks like Christina's getting into her head and trying to get a dominant, confidence about herself, what she's doing.
Absolutely. And we're about halfway through the second round already, and they don't look very tired at all.
Not at all.
And another thing, just to give Christina a little bit of props here, yeah, she is a boxing coach, but she came all the way from Mansfield. That's a 3.5-hour drive. She couldn't find any of her team to come with her. So she's being cornered by 765 Top Team right now.
Really?
So she came all the way down here. She was a little overweight, got on weight once she got here. She drove 3.5 hours, no snacks, no drinks, nothing like that.
Wow.
And that's the kind of heart and passion I want to see in my cage.
Yes, sir. I know that feeling of having to make that weight cut while you're driving. I remember one of my first jiu-jitsu tournaments 15 years ago. I drove 3.5 hours with 7 layers on to cut 4 pounds before I got there.
Ooh, that's rough. That's one thing I don't miss from high school is the high school wrestling weight cuts. I only wrestled for 2 years, but God, those were horrible.
Now, unfortunately, I never wrestled in high school. I wish I would have, but my son that was on the mic a little bit earlier, he's been wrestling since first grade. It's a different sport. But these 2 ladies out here are really showing what it is. Christina's come with hands down, and Bree caught her with hands down.
Christina's starting to show a little bit of fatigue. She's not chasing her down anymore either. She's making her stand up in the middle of the cage with her.
Yeah, she's calling for a fight in the middle. Bree, beautiful angle by Bree there right as she hit the cage. She used that angle to get herself around just like we were talking about earlier. Oh, there you go. I'm going to let you get him.
Here we go one more time. Here comes Devin Jackson, the dagger.
And Devin's got the ladies screaming for him.
I'm pulling double duty here a little bit. I got to kind of do both.
It looks like they locked him in. They weren't going to let him out, but I guess they gave him the go now.
He had to earn that exit. He had to earn it.
He got all the rounds in thanks to these ladies putting on an awesome fight. We got to see Devin Jackson in there 3 times.
And that's what this fight was really about, was getting Devin in there 3 times.
Exactly.
Showing
that's
the
what I'm
distance.
saying. These ladies made sure he got his time, and we want to thank them for that.
All joking aside, these ladies are actually coming in. They're full-on warriors. This has been an amazing fight so far. I'm excited for the rest of it. Pressure being applied early from Brianna Walker.
Like you're saying, these ladies are using very good skills, using their hands to measure the distance, finding an angle, and landing shots.
Absolutely.
Ooh, good right by Bree there.
She's being very selective. She's getting a lot of movement in. And what I like to see is that she's not showing any fatigue. Usually you start to see people slow down, start to take some more punches. She hasn't showed any sign of weakness.
Not at all. She almost seems more energized in this round. Christina's still finding to get a little couple hands in here and there. But if Bree can keep finding those angles, I think she's still going to do that work.
Something else that Christina's doing very well is she's knowing her distance. She has very good depth perception in the fights as well. You just saw Brianna go for a jab. She just stared right at it because she knew exactly where she was in the cage. Her ring presence is amazing.
Absolutely. You can tell she knows her abilities, and that is something that a fighter has to have to be able to be out there with confidence.
And they're just slugging back at it again.
Christina landed a couple good shots in there that let Bree realize I got to move out and find myself again.
And what's nice about this is this matchup being in headgear. We haven't seen headgear, knock on wood, of course. I don't have a wood table, but we haven't seen headgear hit the floor once. It's been nonstop action the entire time. Myron Gerber, the referee, hasn't had to get in and stop the action at all. This has been great.
Absolutely.
Bell to bell.
In the rules meeting, he was talking about if the headgear got turned sideways, that they would have to wait until we found a break in action. But we haven't had to worry about that, just like you said.
Christina's being patient, making Bree come to her. Bree's still using that head movement, but she's getting an awful long way away.
Absolutely. I think this is going to be a hard one to judge, too. I would love to say I know who's got what round. We got last 10 seconds. Bree is coming firing with these last 10 seconds.
And that's what you want to see, is just laying everything out last 10 seconds.
Absolutely.
Right there.
Oh, what a fight.
A couple late blows from Christina, but what a fight, man.
Now, this is going to be a hard one to judge, and if we come to a draw, Myron said in the beginning we're not going to have draws in kickboxing tonight.
No more draws, that's right. Hey, I got to get into the cage, man. It was great commentating with you, man. We got to do this again sometime.
Absolutely. Hey. Now joining us, Connor. Connor is joining us now on the mic.
Levi the Hitman Hicks.
Levi. I fucked that up. I'm sorry. No, these people mix this up all the time. Levi Hicks. My bad. We got Levi Hicks on the mic here with us. Now, I've actually commentated a couple of your fights, Levi, if I'm not mistaken. And you are a fiery guy when you're out there.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. That's kind of what I'm known for, man, you know.
See, I'm a little horrible with names because I get hit a little bit. I fight too, you know.
Hey, I already know how it goes.
I recognize you immediately. You sat down because I could think of your fights. He said, but I get hit too many times. But now I'm glad you're over here with me, actually commentating with me instead of me just commentating on you.
Hey, it's a pleasure, bro. I always enjoy hearing your commentating. Absolute professional, one of my inspirations, as a matter of fact. I'm a big fan of you as well, my brother, so it's an honor to be here with you.
So what do you think of this fight here? Who do you think's got this one?
Man, I don't know. I was excited for this one from the beginning because I've seen Brianna fight. She fought Cassie Pope.
Yes, sir.
And Cassie is a very Yeah, that was a show right there. The ladies always tend to bring it, though. You know what I mean?
Here we go. Oh.
I agree with that. It was a close.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe I do.
Hey, good show from both girls, though, without a doubt.
Good fight there. I think the angles and picking some shots is what got Bree that split.
Yeah, Bree definitely has some powerful punches, I would say. Very technical boxer. She trains with some really good boxers as well.
Now, as I said, that was a good showing. The whole fight, they went all 3 rounds. I mean,